Hello, hello. How is everybody out there today? It's just me today. Sorry, I hate it. No, it's really not just me, but what I mean by that is Heather's not in today. How is everybody out there doing? Hey, folks, I just want to, as usual, we are Tinkering with Tech. We have a community, tinkeringwithtech.net. Please come join the community where we do fun stuff like this. It is tinkeringwithtech.net. If you are out there and watching live, and hey, be sure to tell us what country, city, state, planet, whatever you want. Tell us where you're from and what you're doing. That's cool. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. I'll get to our guest in just 1 second. One thing that we started doing too is at tinkeringwithtech.net. If you go to tinkeringwithtech.net, it's a website, and it tells you about what we do in our community. But we also have on there, there's a place that I like to call live streaming guide. So any community member can put events, watch some live events that are going on. So community members can do that, but also we can have people out there that want to come by the website can see it too. Jolin's here, and there we go. Everybody, Richard, we got Andrew, greetings from Hermitage, Tennessee, Monrovia, California, via Greer, South Carolina. He only says that because that's where I am. How about Miss Sheila from Memphis, Tennessee? How are you? Low Country, South Carolina, Hilton Head Island. Love it. What else we got here? Anybody else with any no physical addresses, just city and states. Good. We don't need to go that route. Just kidding. Hey, without further ado, let's bring on the guest today because I'm excited about this one. This will be a lot of fun. I like people that are techie, and he's definitely techie. I learn a lot from him, and he does a lot of cool stuff, and that's what we're going to talk about. It is Eddie Garrison. Eddie.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
How are you, man?
Good, man. Good. Thanks for having me on, Mike.
100%. I got to say, like I said, one of the things that I really, really, really enjoy that you do is because, I kind of think I met you through StreamYard. I think that's where I first started to see you and all that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
you're always offering up stuff, great deals on stuff, things like that. Kind of touch base. And anybody that didn't watch or see you on the show before, because you've been on before, but I wanted you to kind of take a chance to promote yourself. Oh, hold on. I got to put this up there. Here we go. We got Hudson Valley, New York.
Valley.
Yep. And then we had Niagara Falls, Ontario, Canada. How about that? Awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. First of all, say where you are.
I am in Orlando, Florida.
Awesome. Orlando, Florida. There you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Now, so tell everybody, kind of let us all know what you do and what you're all about.
Awesome. Yeah. Basically, I do two things. I have two companies. One is called Clover Media, and it is a full service digital media company. We do social media management, video content creation, live stream producing, things of that nature. I also have the Digital Media Creator Academy, where I help people like myself, or perhaps are just getting started in social media, or they're a small business owner, an entrepreneur that want to learn a little bit more about digital media and social media. So that is there's some free training on the website, but it's also like a level based,
sure,
pay gated website where we have 4 different levels ranging everywhere from $7 up to $47. And it's basically just teaching people honestly from step 1 how to craft, create and just motivate everybody and, in the proper direction from square one in digital and social media marketing. Okay.
So digital and social media marketing. So for somebody that's, let's just say somebody's brand. I mean, you've always heard social media. You've always heard media. You've always heard digital media, all that kind of stuff. What in the world? I mean, what does that mean? Does that mean like, oh, you're going to help me start my Facebook page? You know what I'm saying? That's usually the questions that I get and stuff.
You know what? I even have a course that covers that, how to start a Facebook business page from scratch, right? Because people, honestly, they may know how to do it, but they may not know how to do it properly, right? There's a lot more to it than just going on there and just saying, okay, I'm going to go on there and facebook.com/ tinkering with tech. And okay, now I'm active on Facebook. That's really not how it works. Initially, yes, that's how it works.
I'm gonna put you in a gold frame. There you go.
Nice. I'm a little like Flavor Flav up in
That's right.
So I mean, I can go as deep into the weeds as people want, or they can look at some high level stuff from a 30,000 foot, or if they're just looking for something to say, well, how do I get consistent with my content? I have course and content around how to develop and, produce a content calendar for their business. And so, I mean, it just basically covers all facets. That's social media. Digital media is kind of the big umbrella, right? And social media is under the digital media umbrella, but so is live streaming. That's digital media. So is podcasting. So is rooms. God, I can't believe I'm about to say Clubhouse, Twitter, Twitter Spaces, these audio only lives. This is all under the digital media umbrella. And now you don't have to be everywhere to be a success. Everybody will beat this dead horse, and I am going to beat it again. It's honestly finding out where your audience is and putting 100% of your effort on those platforms. If anybody ever tells you that you have to be on every single platform to have brand awareness, they are incorrect, and run away from them as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I hear you. So here, I guess here's my question then. If I just wanted to come to you and say, hey, look, can you build me a couple things, like help me with get my Twitter banner done and all, or whatever it is, my Facebook, just to help me get a couple things, maybe give me a couple icons so I can throw out during the live show. Mm-hmm. Do you go that small as well as giant, whatever? I mean, I guess that's kind of where I'm.
Yeah, I do.
It's
perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfectly legitimate question. And honestly, I actually graduated college as a graphic designer. So I can do every facet of digital media that 99% of companies or brands in general need. So yeah, I mean, we can design logos, cover art, channel art, have whatever you want to call them. Your Twitter stuff, your avatars, any custom icons that you want. Yeah, I can do that, or I can teach you how to do it.
Nice. Okay, so do you also? Okay, so obviously with all of the digital, online stuff, SEO becomes a big part of that too. Do you get involved in that as well, or is that just something you kind of?
You know what? I personally know very little about SEO, but I work with a company here in Orlando under my Clover Media umbrella, and they're called Get the Clicks. I'll just name drop them out there for them, and they work here in Orlando, and they are SEO. That's what they do. That's what drives them. That's what they're most passionate about. So any of my customers or any brand that approaches me in general, they don't even actually have to be my customer. I'm going to say, hey, reach out to Matt or Stefan or whoever I'm sending them over to at Get the Clicks, and they will do a bang up job for them. Now, I'm actually in the process now of having two of them create a course for the Digital Media Creator Academy specifically about SEO. So they're going to be a contributor to my online academy as well. So it's not just me telling you how to do something, because I know people watching courses, I think I got like 12 or 15 courses in there now, and it's only me. You'll get tired of listening to me talk after a while. I never get tired of saying stuff about digital and social media, but when I don't know something, I'm easy and man enough to go, you know what? I don't know this. I'm going to reach out to my friends that do, and they're nice enough to help me and create courses to help others out there on the in digital marketing, specifically for the Media Academy.
That's what's awesome to me about, I love it. Your limitations or whatever, but you also know where to get the help for those particular things.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. Now, have you been doing this a while?
I have worked in digital media since 2005.
Wow.
And everybody's like, how's that even possible? Social media wasn't around then. But it was. You don't remember chat rooms on Yahoo and Google chat rooms? So my first actual paying job in digital media was monitoring and pushing ads in Yahoo and AOL chat rooms for a company when I was living in Pensacola, Florida.
That's
so,
awesome.
and I've owned Clover Media now for 7 years, and the Digital Media Creator Academy is about 3 years old.
I love Sheila's comment here. Yes, Eddie can get my YouTube channel straightened, and I can't spell SEO either. Love that.
Yeah, we could do that. If you really want to just get started with YouTube and you want to learn just some title search, recommendations, I highly recommend. And this is a paid spot, I guess. I'm an affiliate for them. But I would check out TubeBuddy. It's really easy to use. They're really good. It installs just a Google Chrome plugin, and it can help your channel out just a lot.
Wow, I hear you. Dr. Stewart, is that, I don't know how to say that. Buchanan?
Ooh, I don't know.
Great to see you two together. I'm sorry if I butchered your last name. It's not on purpose, I promise.
I would think Buchanan, and it's like Buchanan. It's just without the N at the end.
All right. Maybe. I hope so. You can correct us. I promise.
Sorry, doctor.
Look here, Jolly.
Like, what did you do today, Eddie? Oh, well, me and Michael insulted doctors online. What did you do today?
Here you go. I love what Jolin says. So Eddie's the one who kept those annoying ads popping up in AIM.
Actually, Jolene, it probably was.
That's funny, hilarious.
But it paid really crappy, so there you go.
That's funny. So, so like day to day, I mean, are you commonly what would you say, like a routine for a digital media person? What would you say that would be for someone that's into that kind of stuff?
Right. So I'm a very detailed and scheduled person. So I take advantage of Google Calendar and I block off time every single day. The first thing that I do first thing in the morning when I decide to walk into my office. Well, the first thing I do every morning when I walk into my office is I have 2 hours scheduled to where I just go through every brand that I do community management or social media marketing for and make sure that we're not missing any comments, any direct messaging, anything like that. And just to put that into perspective, as of today, I manage 70 social media accounts on my own.
Oh, wow.
So yes, it does take 2 hours. And some of them are for international brands that have, they're a franchise location that have, 26, I think 28 locations now spread across the United States and Canada. I can't say the name. NDAs prohibit that. But that would be like my largest customer. And each of their locations, each of the 28 locations have both Facebook and Instagram. So, there's 58. I think they're at 58. Yeah, there's 58 accounts, and then I have a smattering of other small and medium-sized businesses up and down the Eastern Seaboard. So the first 2 hours is dedicated to basically making sure that nothing came in overnight and making sure that no direct messages are missed, because sometimes they have a tendency to hide in the requested message folders, and you don't want to leave any potential business for somebody else's business out there.
Yeah.
After those 2 hours, I make sure I go through content calendars to make sure that everything that is going out is scheduled or has been scheduled or posted properly. So that's probably another good 1.5 to 2 hours. Then I take a break for lunch. And then usually that's about the time that people want me to come on some of their shows like this. So, so I actually have, make sure that if I'm a guest on anybody's shows, that, I block that time off as well. And then I have time that I go in and I do actual proactive engagement. So that's another 2 hours in the afternoon. Typically, it's usually between 2 and 4 that I do that. And that's a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday thing where I log into people's Instagram or I jump on their Facebook pages and I go to other pages or other accounts and I'm actively interacting with that, because that's what social media is. It's social. Mind-blowing stuff there, right? But you would be surprised how many brands do not do that. And on the flip side, you would be surprised how many brands' audiences like to see that from your brand. They're like, oh, they're not just posting and ghosting. They're not just trying to sell me stuff. These people are actually out there engaging as a person. And I never use we or us. I always use I. Or me, because I'm actually the brand. They just don't know it's Eddie Garrison behind it. So I'm trying to communicate with them as I'm communicating with you, or as if I was posting on somebody's personal Facebook page. Try to make it really relatable and highly engaged, because I think that's the number one thing about social media that takes your brand from just somebody that posts and ghosts and pushes a bunch of sales to actually being an empathetic brand.
Yeah, empathetic. Yes. Nice. That's excellent. I swear. That's so cool. Okay. So,
and Mondays honestly are my busiest day, because that's when I schedule out the entire week's content for all of the accounts that I do. So, I mean, that takes a good 6 to 8 hours to do.
And you do producing as well, right? Like
I do, yeah. And I'm the one creating all the content. So, I'm doing that. If it's video editing, and I have that scheduled, even if it's for brands that I'm doing it or for my own personal YouTube channel. I go live every Tuesday. And then I used to co-host a show every Thursday, but that kind of went on the wayside just because of workload for me in my business. But I still go live every Tuesday, and I still try to produce at least one video for my YouTube channel a week.
Awesome. Tell people where do you go live? What do you do?
I go live in the Digital Media Creator Academy Facebook group and on my own Facebook business page, which is just business page, not business cage, business page, which is just Eddie Garrison.
Sometimes it feels like that. I get it.
Sometimes it does.
No, I get that.
But I mean, we live so close to Disney, so if I need out of my cage, I just go over there.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Andrew says TubeBuddy is the third best bargain after Tinkering with Tech and Google One. There you go, buddy. 𝐬𝐬𝐬 Smith.
𝐬𝐬𝐬 Smith. How you doing?
𝐬𝐬𝐬. Yep. I had her on last week. She was just absolutely wonderful. Love having
She's awesome
here. Yeah, she is. She is. Absolutely.
I like this comment. comment so Eddie doesn't sleep. Yes, I do actually. I'm an early riser as it is. So usually I'm in my office by 8 o'clock. And I can knock out a lot of stuff before noon, not necessarily on Mondays, but any other day, just the 2 hours here and the 2 hours there. I do take a 1 hour lunch break, come back in and I work for 4 or 5 more hours and then I'm done. And I think I put that in place a long time ago, just because I've worked from home for the better part of 12 years, not just because of COVID or anything like that. That was my own decision to do that.
Makes sense.
It's not for the faint of heart. And you also have to be wired that way, but you also have to realize that you need to have structure in your life. And I'm not going deep and like, this is what you need to do to be successful. You need to have structure, right? You need to be able to say, okay, these are my working hours, because it's so easy when you're working from home, your office is always there or your bed is always there. So you need to make certain that you can have structure in your life to say, okay, you can work whenever. I'm not telling you when to work. I work 10 to 6, right? That's my official business hours, but I'm an early riser, so I can knock stuff out before I'm actually open. But you make sure you have personal time. You have to have work-life separation. And to me, my Google Calendar, just staying structured like that, keeps me sane. And it keeps me from going, okay, 1 o'clock in the morning, I've got an idea. Okay, I'm going to get out of bed and go to my office. I don't do that. I just write it down or use Google Notes, and I use it across all of my devices. So if I do it on my phone, I can see it on my tablet. I can see it on my PC in my office. So that's the way that I keep everything structured. And was it always like that? Heck no. In the beginning, I had stuff. I had Post-it notes all over the walls, over the bathroom doors, and in the living room, and the kitchen, and it was just becoming just a hot mess. And for anybody to say they had it figured out from day one, they're probably just straight up lying to you. It's a process to get to your process that works.
Yeah, over time, I'm sure that. Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, it's trial and error and just trial by fire. And there's been a lot of fires.
So now, do you help with that too? Is that something you do offer up as a service as well? Is help people get?
I am highly thinking about it, because a lot of people ask me about that.
Yeah, no, I get it. Because you seem very organized in a lot of things that you do, and you do seem like a methodical person.
It's OCD and anal retentive. So I don't know if you can see that. That's what my Google Calendar looks like. It's blocked off with color coding.
That's funny. That's funny stuff.
But that's the way I look at something, because I can look at a day and go like, my Clover Media, my logo is orange. So anything that I'm doing for Clover Media is an orange tag. The DMCA is blue. So anything on there I know that's for the DMCA. My lunch is red. That means I do nothing. I'm taking an hour for lunch. Anything red is totally booked. Like I'm about to take a trip to go see my parents and grandparents in North Carolina. That's blocked off in red. If I do something for my health, it's green. So when I go to the gym, that's in green.
Oh, that's smart.
I can look at my day just by color to see how busy and who I'm busy for that day.
Gotcha. My green is money. That's the way I do my green.
In a perfect world, all of it would be green. That's just not the way that it works sometimes.
That's exactly right. That's exactly
empathetic.
Right.
Thank you, Andrew. I see that down there. Thank you so much. Did I say apathetic? Whoops.
No. I don't think you did. He was just clarifying to make sure that we.
Okay. I see what it is. I like to see. I like all these people watching on YouTube. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's great. I don't have a great following for whatever reason on Facebook. I don't know why. I just don't.
That's where my biggest following. Actually, my biggest following, the vanity metrics, is on Twitter. But I get the most engagement in my Facebook group, and that's just obviously tied to Facebook. So I made the conscious decision the beginning of last year to trim my dedicated, like I'm creating content specifically for these platforms, and it's Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
I get it. I've been trying to get into the Twitch side of it just because I do the live game shows.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun with that. But one thing I really, really enjoy, and I just can't get people to convert and go over, is Discord. I just love Discord because it's there's nothing that you don't get all the extra garbage.
Right.
You build and you get and you have one community, and it's just that community. It's kind of cool. I really kind of like that, but people just don't. It's just one more thing that people just don't want to have to go and whatever and all that stuff. And I get it. But one thing it's great for, and I don't mean to get off on a tangent here, but like
it's your show, man.
Well, I'm just saying, but like for OBS, like I'm an OBS user, so they have a great Discord where you can go in, ask questions, and get things like that. Or particular products. Restream has one. I mean, a lot of these have a Discord where you can just it's just isolated. Right? You don't have to deal with all the other junk.
Right.
Is kind of what I call it. You know what I'm saying? People just go and banter or whatever, or you can isolate the banter into certain section. Hey, this one's a free for all. Ask whatever you want. Down here, we're going to ask more technical and this kind of stuff. That's what what I like. I like that structure that it gives and that kind of stuff. Very organized. But anyway, it's not a social media
with tech.
Yeah.
Like the tech right there.
That's right.
You use OBS in conjunction with StreamYard, correct?
I do. Yes.
You do? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I use OBS, StreamYard, Voice Meter.
And you just bring them all in as like virtual cameras or something like that? Is that?
Yeah, just with OBS as a virtual camera.
Yeah,
yes,
right.
that's exactly so. There you go. I'd love Discord if I had a phone. Andrew says. Mike
Andrew
says,
still uses carrier pigeon.
oh yeah, he does. Oh yeah, he has no cell phone. Believe it or not, he has no.
Really?
Oh yeah, no, he does not.
Man,
that's our ongoing thing with him in a joke. But Discord,
my 92-year-old grandmother has an iPhone.
Organizing tech support type conversations and have the community. Yes, exactly. No, that's one of the biggest things that I really like about it too. I'd shoot my phone if I use Discord, Andrew. There you go. Love it. No, but I know, and I don't know if Mark's out there, but Mark Barris became a huge fan of yours after the first time you were on our show.
Wow.
Yeah, he did. And he follows you. He says, oh, Eddie's doing this today and all this kind of stuff. I
see him on my live streams all the time. So thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no problem. But I mean, he really gets a lot from it. He's a very small business, but he gets a lot out of your conversation, especially over on your Facebook group.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, and like I said, I don't participate a whole lot, but there's a lot of good conversation and you guys talk about a lot of stuff. And like you said, that's where you go live.
Yeah.
Let's touch on that for about we got about 5 or 10 more minutes and I want to kind of start wrapping up, but just touch on that a little bit. Let's tell people a little bit about that and what you're doing there.
So it is a private Facebook group. So you have to ask to join. And I do that for a couple of reasons. One, I would rather have a Facebook group like mine that's it's under 1,000 people, but over 700 are engaged members of the community, right? So I keep it private just for that simple task. I'm not trying to pay gate it. It's 100% free. It always will be. But it's just, facebook.com, you search for groups. It's just the Digital Media Creator Academy. And basically I have 3 words that I try to live by in the DMCA, and it's there to connect, to teach, and to learn. So I want this to be a safe haven for people that, they may be in another Facebook group and they've seen other people ask a question and they're like, oh, that's stupid. Oh, why do you not know that? There are no stupid questions in my group. I don't care if I have to answer the same question 100 times a day. Or somebody, member of my group that's an admin or a moderator, will answer that question. And I want it to be a safe environment for not only digital content creators, but, people like Mark, right? It's Mark, right?
Yeah, Mark. Yeah,
he's in there, and he's a small business owner trying to learn more about video content creation, graphic design, social media management. I try to keep up to date on all the latest and greatest, if you will, of social media marketing tactics and techniques and updates. So, I do a lot of curated content from people like Social Media Today and Social Media Examiner. I just want it to be a place where people could come in there and, like I said, to connect, to teach, and to learn. And it's 100% free. The Facebook group always will be. Whoop.
Uh-oh.
Not sure what happened there. Yes, folks, I get paid to do this. Yes, I mean, it's there for, digital content creators, social media managers, small business owners, entrepreneurs, or anybody that's just maybe perhaps looking to up their game or just stay on top of what's happening in social and digital media news.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. I love it. Oh man.
And so like I said, I go live once a week, and I either have a guest very similar to you, like one of these shows, or it's just me talking about a specific topic. Like, okay, Instagram is now allowing up to 3 people to come in a live stream on Instagram Live. That's going to be a show next week. So, I mean, if you were curious to know how to do it, why you'd want to do it, or if you didn't even know that you could do it, that's the kind of live streams that I'm going to do. It's very educational based, for lack of a better term.
Awesome. That's fantastic. That's super. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. I think that's really awesome that you offer that up as well. I mean, it's really cool.
If you're looking to get into live streaming, things like that, we always talk a lot about live streaming there because obviously people are trying to get into it. And also on my website, digitalmediacreatoracademy.com, shameless plug. You can go in there. And obviously, if you want to join, become a member, that's great. But I also offer digital products as well. So if you're looking for live streaming backgrounds, or just if you're doing videos and you want an overlay or anything like that, I offer live stream video package, video graphics packs. And you get 6 pieces of content with that. You get a background, you get a 2-person interview set, you get a frame, you get a starting soon, you get a thank you for watching, and they're all set up quite nicely. Thank you very much. And they're all $30.
That's great. See, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Great to get somebody started. You know what I'm saying? That's fantastic.
And that's what it's for, because a lot of people are like, oh, well, just go on Canva and do it. Well, maybe you don't know how to do it, or maybe you don't have the time to do it. And honestly, like I said, I went to college to be a graphic designer. I have all the tools. It's not like I'm taking advantage of it. Money, but like,
No, absolutely. It's a great thing to get you started. Absolutely. 100% great thing to get you started.
We got some video templates in there as well. So if you want like an opening for your show, and it doesn't even have to be a live stream, if you're just looking for like a bumper for your YouTube videos, you can go in there and pick one. You know, they're just templates, and you can choose which one you want. You can tell me what you could tell it what the title and what the subtext needs to be. And they're $25, and it's downloadable, you know, right after you pay for it, and you can go ahead and start using it immediately.
That's awesome. That's just great. Fantastic.
Try to make it easy.
I know. And that's fantastic. I think that's so awesome to do that kind of stuff. I think it's really cool. I mean, it's wonderful.
Thank you. I enjoy it. I mean, at one point I was going to fashion myself. I thought I wanted to be a teacher. And after I got done with graphic design, I started to go back to get my master's, and then I saw what they got paid, and then I figured I'd just start my own. So.
Exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah, that way, but that was one of the contributing factors.
I went through the exact same thing. I'm bilingual in Spanish, so I seriously considered in going in being a teacher and whatever. And there you go. And then I realized, oh, okay. I realized the same thing. What they get paid. And I was like, okay, never mind.
Yeah,
I can't make a living really. Miss Sheila says, just visited. Very nice website. Can't wait to look around. Yeah, do so. I hope you do. Yeah, I hope you do. Fantastic. Wonderful. We're going to start wrapping this up. If you guys have any questions out there for Eddie, feel free to put them in there real quick. We are tinkeringwithtech.net. Okay, so go over and check out our website as far as that goes. Eddie, I got to tell you, I really appreciate you coming on. You got a lot of good energy. I always love having you on because you got. Yeah, 100%. And I think it's important that I've always said this. I may have said it last time, may have said it this time. I always say, even my whole community knows that I say this all the time. I think the live streaming part, and I think it's good that you're concentrating on that, because this is true social media. Yep. This is social media. This banter, when I can see your face, you can see my face, you know, that's what social media is.
Exactly.
All the other stuff to me, and I always say this, but you may not feel this way, is kind of garbage because you get all that filler stuff that's just
a lot of noise.
Yeah, a lot of noise. So to me, this is the true social media part. So when people come and are in the comments and they're engaging and they're being a part of it, to me, that's what you want to.
And I will give you just a very, very brief story. I'm going to slim it down to like the 45-second version, if you will.
That's fine. That's fine.
I actually got a customer by mistake from live streaming.
There you go.
If anybody remembers Periscope, it would say, you know, you go live and it says where you're going live from, right? Mm-hmm. So I live in Orlando, but I actually live in a community in Orlando called Dr. Phillips. So it says, you know, Eddie Garrison, Dr. Phillips. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking about social media, and I don't even remember exactly what I'm talking about. And people, there was these two guys that kept asking me medical questions. They're like, why aren't you talking about medical stuff? I'm like, why would I be talking about medical stuff? He goes, well, aren't you Dr. Phillips? Like, no, that's where I live. And he's like, oh my God, well, what do you do? And I was like, well, I own, you know, a digital marketing social media company. Really? Diablo, we just started this company. We need the help with this. And I got a customer by mistake from live streaming.
That's hilarious. That's just wonderful. What a great story.
No, they're not customers anymore, but you know, still. It was quite fun. And anytime I'm on stage speaking at any conference, especially live streaming conferences, that's a story that I always bring up. So I'm like, yeah, look, I even got a customer by a fluke, just by going live.
That's so cool. So cool. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate you a bunch, folks. Hey, listen, go check out Eddie's stuff. Seriously, if you get a chance, and go check his website. Again, say the website one more time just so everybody can
digitalmediacreatoracademy.com.
Okay, .com. Yeah. So basically that text that I put up on screen, but I didn't add a .com to it. It's right there.
Exactly. That's and you can stalk me pretty much on any social platform, and it's just my name, Eddie Garrison.
Cool. Awesome. Fantastic. Thanks again for joining us today. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
I appreciate. Yeah. Community members, we will see you after the backstage pass. We will see you there. Eddie's going to hang around with us for just a little bit. That's right. And so you can ask some personal questions if you want to there. Thank you again, Eddie. We will chat with you next time. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.